Are you struggling to pass your PropFM challenge? Tired of blowing accounts before you even get funded? Don't worry, I've got you. In this video, I'll break down the easiest and most effective strategy to pass your PropFM challenge with confidence. No overtrading, no unnecessary risk, just a simple proven system that works. So if you're interested in this video, please do not forget to like, share, subscribe and watch this video to the end, because everything I'm going to be saying in this video is very, very important. So without any further ado, let's get right into the video. So before we can start, we are going to be using Funded Next as our case study for this video. So we are going to be going to the Funded Next dashboard so that we can pick a particular account that we're going to be using for this video. So as you can see, we have different account sizes. I'm going to be picking one, and you can use whatever I've done in this video towards analyze for whatever accounts that you have. Is still going to give you a perfect strategy as far as you're following the procedure that I'm going to be giving you on this video. So we're going to be using the Stellar challenge, two-step Stellar challenge, and the account size we're going to be using is the $6,000 account. And as you can see, to get this $6,000 account, you have to pay a fee of $59. So now the first information that we're going to be needing is number one, the profit target. Now, like I said before, this particular account is a two-phase account, meaning that we have to pass phase 1 and phase 2 before we get to our funded stage. So now they said that in phase 1 the profit target is 8%, and in phase 2 the profit target is 5%. So it means that in order to pass phase 1, you have to get a profit of 8% of the account size, and 8% of $6,000 is $480. So it means that you have to get a profit of $480 or above in order to pass this challenge. And similarly, for your phase 2, you need to get a sum of $300 to pass your phase 2 on this particular challenge. And now what did they say in the next row? They said that the maximum daily loss is 5%. Now what does this mean? It means that you are not supposed to lose 5% of the account in a day. That's what this maximum daily loss is. So whether if you are an aggressive trader, just know that you are not supposed to lose more than 5% of the $6,000 account in a day. And as you can see, they've already calculated it, that 5% of the account size, which is $6,000, is equal to $300. So if today being Wednesday, you are trading and you lose more than $300, you have breached this account. So now when we move to the next one, the maximum overall loss is 10%, meaning that you are not supposed to lose more than 10% of this account throughout your trading phase of this challenge. So this 10%, you are not supposed to lose it throughout your trading phase. The time you are using towards trade, be it 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, the duration you use to trade this particular challenge, you are not supposed to lose up to $600.
So this means that you are not supposed to take this account to $5,400. If you do, you have breached the account. But one good thing about Funded Next is that their drawdown is balance based, meaning that the more profit you make, the more buffer you have to trade. So if you have a $6,000 account and you make a profit of $200, it means that you now have a buffer of $800 to trade before you can breach this particular rule.
So now we're going to be using this information to now make our trading plan based off of the rules now that they're giving us here. that one, we need to what attain a profit target of what 8% in our phase 1, which is what $480, and we need to attain a profit target of what 5% in our phase 2, which is a sum of what $300. Our maximum daily loss for both phase 1 and phase 2 is what 5%, which is $300, and our maximum overall loss in both phases, which is in phase 1 and phase 2, is also what 10%. So the only difference is that in our phase 1 and phase 2, we are going to be what aiming to make two different profit targets. Phase 1 is what 8% and phase 2 is what 5%. As for the maximum daily loss and the maximum overall loss, they are the same in both phase 1 and what phase 2. So with this now, we can now use it to what begin our what strategy. So the first thing now that we were told is what the account size is equal to what $6,000. And for phase 1, let's just start with phase 1. They said that we are to make a profit target of what? A profit target of what? 8%. And this 8%, if you do the math, is what? $480 dollars. And our daily loss is what? 5%. Which is what? $300. And our what? Maximum overall loss is what? 10%. Which is what? $600. So this is what we are going to be using now to now make a strategy for what? Our phase 1. So we are going to be making a strategy that we are going to use to comfortably pass our what? Phase 1. Now, before I move further, I want to make this statement clear that this is on the basis that you are a profitable trader, because I don't see the need to be buying a prop firm if you are not what? Profitable. It doesn't make sense. So if you are not profitable, I don't see the need for you to what? Buy a prop firm challenge, because it's this time is now gambling, because you do not have an edge in your what? Trading what? Ability. So you are basically dashing their money. Whether you lose or you don't lose, it doesn't matter. You are just trying your luck. So we are assuming that what? You are what? A profitable trader. So now the first thing now we are going to be doing now is this. We are going to be starting with our what? Daily loss. Now we're told that what? We are not supposed to lose up to what? $300 in a day. And our maximum loss, we are not supposed to lose towards $600 throughout our what? Trading period. So now what we are going to do now is that we are going to put our eye on the what? Daily loss. So this is the most important, the daily loss, because if by mistake you lose more than $300 in a day, you have breached the account, and that is going to be what? A very poor way of what? Losing the account. So we are going to be using this daily loss as what? The total amount that we have to what? Trade. So out of this $6,000, the only amount we have available for us to trade is what? $300. I don't know if that makes sense. Meaning that whatever trade we are going to be taking is going to be what? Within this $300 daily loss limit that we have here. So just stay with me. So now, you will not take this your daily loss, which is what? $300, and now you will not divide it into what 10 trades to determine how much you are going to be risking in a what trade. So if you divide $300 into 10 trades, it means that you are going to be risking what $30 in a trade. So in that 10 trades, every trade that you take, you are going to be risking what $30. So just stick with me, we're heading somewhere. So now let me just put this down. So per trade, we risk what $30. So now if I'm risking $30 now, remember that our profit target is what 8%. So it means that out of these 10 trades that we take, we need to make our profit target of what $480. Now with this, there is no way you are going to be what making a trade or taking a trade of what $300 even though you lose. There is no way you'll be taking a particular trade of up to what $300 in a day. So if by the end of your what 10 trades, by peradventure you lost all the trades, we still have another buffer of what
Another $300
before we now what exceed our what maximum what loss of what 10%. That is the reason why I said we are going to be using what the 5% daily loss as our what limits to trade. Because if we lose the $300 within our trading cycle, we still have another extra $300 for us to come back from the drawdown and then try to attain our what $480 profit. I hope that makes sense. So now, like I said, if assuming we are taking 10 trades, I would advise 10 trades. That's if you are profitable. 10 trades should be what you take. So if you are taking 10 trades, you divide your what daily loss, which is $300 by what 10, and you are going to be having what $30. So per trade we are going to be risking what $30. Now, as you all know, forex trading is a game of what compound interest. So it means that if I am risking $30, I should be expecting to make 1:3 risk reward, 1:2, 1:3 risk reward and above. So for this example, I am going to be using 1:3 risk reward. So if in a trade I'm risking what $30, it means that I should be aiming to make a profit of what $90. I hope that makes sense. So risk reward is what 1:3. Minimum. Now why I'm putting this minimum is because you can get more risk reward in your trade depending on how you manage the trade. So 1:3 is the what minimum, right? So now let's do a little calculation here. So if you are risking $30 in a trade, right, and your risk reward is what 1:3, we want to make sure that we are winning 60% of our what trade. Now it is not a must that this 60% must come back to back. That is why I like fundedness, because their drawdown is what balanced base. As far as you're making profits and maybe you hit some losses, you still have a buffer of your what profits towards trade. So if the account size is what $6,000 and you make a profit of what $300, maybe as time went on you had a drawdown of another $100, making it what a total account size of what $6,200, you still have a buffer of what $800 to trade, because your maximum losses was $600 and you made a profit of what $200. So it means that you still have a buffer you still have more buffer to what trade. So now 60% is the what percentage of profitability to make this work. So now, why am I saying 60%? If I'm saying 60%, it means that if the 10 trades is going to be 100%, then 60% of that 10 trade means that we need to win 6 times, just 6 times, to make sure that what this we pass our what phase 1. Now let's do the maths. If we need to win 6 times, right? So 6 trades, right? 6 profitable trades multiplied by what? $30, which is what I am risking per trade. Then multiplied by what? The profits or the risk reward I am supposed to what earn per trade, and which the minimum is what? 1:3. So if I'm risking $30 per trade, I am supposed to be what earning or aiming to make what times 3 of that what amount. So if I'm risking $30, I am supposed to be making what $90. So if in a trade I make $90, so $90 times 6 trades will now be equals to what? $540, which is more than what our profit target of what 8%, which is what $480, meaning that we've passed our what phase 1. I hope that makes sense. It means that we've passed our phase 1 with just the daily loss limits that we were what given. Now for this to work, you have to be what strict with what $30 that you are risking. Don't change the risk. So if you hit back-to-back losses, do not go and increase the risk to, let's say, $50 to try and error, so that if by mistake you now win that particular trade, then it will now balance all the losses you know. Stick with your what $30. The reason why I'm saying that is because if you go and increase your risk, you might end up taking a loss on that particular trade again, which will now increase your liability of what hitting the daily loss limits that they've set on the what account. So per trade we are risking what $30, assuming that we are supposed to take what 10 trades on this account. The risk reward is 1:3 minimum, and we are going to be assuming that what we just need 6 profitable trades to make this work. 6 profitable trades. So now if you see 6 profitable trades, now I'm risking what $30. So 6 multiplied by what $30 times 1:3 is equal to what $550, meaning that we've passed our what phase 1. I hope this makes sense. Please, if you are confused, I want to see your questions in the comment section so that I can answer them appropriately. So for phase 2, we are still going to be using the same approach, but phase 2 there are going to be some little changes, which I'm going to be stating at the end of the video, so stay with me. So the account size is what $6,000, and now we are now in what phase 2, and they said that for phase 2 we have to hit a profit target of what 5% of the what account size, which is what $300. Our daily loss is the same what 5%, which is $300, and our maximum overall loss is what 10%, which is what $600. Now we are still going to be using the same method like we did before, which is we are going to be what taking 10 trades. So if we are expected to take at most 10 trades, it means that what per trade we are going to be taking a risk of what $30, similar as we did before. So since we are using our daily loss as our limit, right, $300 divided by what 10 trades is equal to what $30 per trade. So per trade we are going to be risking what $30. Now, our risk reward, the minimum is what? 1:3. So it means that per trade you should be aiming to get a risk reward of what? 1:3. Meaning that if you are risking $30, your take profit should be able to make you what? $90 minimum. So now the next thing now is now our win rate. In our first phase, we said that we needed to win at least 6 winnable trades for us to pass phase 1. However, in phase 2, our profit target has reduced. So how many trades do we need to win for us to be able to pass our phase 2? All things being equal, we need at least 4 wins. Now, if we do our maths, right, we are risking $30 per trade, and if we are risking $30, we are expected to make times 3 of that $30. So which is $90. And if we are getting $90 per win, we want to be able to win 4 times. So that's multiplied by 4 trades, and that will now be equals to $360. So $360 is going to be our profit after 4 winnable trades. And what is our profit target? $300. So we have exceeded our profit target with $60. Now I'm sure you might be asking yourself, is there room to lose in this strategy? Yes, there is room to lose, because as you can see, we have an extra $60 on this our profit, which is able to cater for 2 trades that maybe we lost. I don't know if that makes sense. Our profit target is
$300.
We calculated that with this we can make $60 extra. So if we try our first trade, we lost. We tried our second trade, we lost, and we're able to win the next 4. We have passed our phase 2, because we lost the first trade, which was $30. We lost the second trade, which was $30, making a drawdown of $60. Then we win our next 4 trades, which will now be $360. So $360 minus the $60 drawdown that we had will be equal to $300, meaning that we've also passed our phase 2. I hope that makes sense. I'm not saying that it must be 4 wins in a row. You can make losses, but as far as you are profitable, you don't have a problem. As far as you are profitable, you don't have a problem. All you just need to do is this: if you are in a drawdown, try as much as possible to come back to the account size, that's to come out from the drawdown, and then try to win either 6 trades in your phase 1 or 4 trades in your phase 2, and then you've passed the challenge. It's as simple as ABC. So with this, we've come to the end of this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you derived adequate knowledge from it. Please, if you did, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel, because it helps a lot to make the channel grow. Please, if you have any question, I would like to hear them in the comment section, where I will be giving detailed answers to all your questions. Thank you, and we'll see you in the next video. Cheers.